Good morning, and welcome to In the Garden with Joyful Living. I am Kimberly Dixon. So today we're going to take a look at my completed garden. And we're going to talk about sometimes you just have to take a leap. You got to take a leap. So when the summer began, this was an 8 by 10, I don't know the dimensions, slab of concrete. But now, good morning, Tamika. Good morning, John. It is a full-blown garden that I created from just a few feet. So let's take a look out here at what we've got, because this is everything. This is the completed setup. When I had the idea to plant a few things, I just wanted to put a plant on the corners and a few chairs and just some things to anchor it. But as you can see, good morning, Louisa. I've got a full garden right here on my back patio. And everybody can see from my posts that I've been eating from it. But let's just take a moment and just really see what all is out here. Sweet potatoes, 2 bags of sweet potatoes, red potatoes, white potatoes, another bag of red potatoes, pinto beans. Good morning, Sean. Watermelon. And as you can see, that's got cardboard in the top of it. Some of the plants have mulch in the top of them, which keeps the water from evaporating so quickly. And I've bought numerous bags of mulch, and I'm done spending, so I figured out I'm going to use some things that I've already got. And I already had the tomato cages, and I had the cardboard, so I used that instead, and it keeps the soil from drying out so quickly. In addition, over time, the cardboard will decompose and become part of the soil. Red cayenne pepper. That one is about to start turning red, so it'll be ready pretty soon. Jalapeno peppers. Banana peppers. The banana peppers are pretty big, but they're not ready yet because they should be easy to snap from the thing, and they're still pretty tough. All kinds of herbs, rosemary, basil. The cherry tomato that was there is finished now. Yellow bell pepper. Cucumbers. 2 different varieties of cucumbers. And as you can see, remember from last week, I talked about the cucumber, the squash, and the zucchini, because they had all gotten too much water. They're still hanging on. I fed them this week. I've treated them with a fungicide a couple different times, and they're still hanging on, and they've actually got fruit growing, so they may survive. But in addition to that, I added this table because I needed some more space. So underneath I have onions, several different varieties of mint, parsley, African daisies. That's Jack in the corner there. The beanstalk, green beans. This is Cocozelle squash, green patty squash. Another Cocozelle. I forget which variety of cucumber that is, but I'm gonna let it vine up the pole there, which is one of the anchor poles for my shade cloth that prevents the sun from burning up the plants during the middle of the day. Because last summer, I was like, I don't know, I can't sit out here. What am I do? But the shade cloth solved that problem. It allows the sun to permeate through it, and the plants still get what they need without receiving so much of the harmful rays. And this is just the back side of things. All types of flowers and thyme, oregano, onions, celery that I grew from kitchen scraps. But sometimes we just have to take a leap. My dwarf sunflowers that I thought were dwarf, but I didn't realize how tall they were going to get. I thought they were going to be to my shoulder, but they are already over my head. And that what is covered up is more green beans and more pinto beans. This was a leap of faith. I had the idea to just put a few things out here just to see how much I could grow. But as you can see, I'm on the verge of having a food forest, because not only does it feed me, It feeds my neighbors. It feeds my friends. And it provides me with my own personal sanctuary. But in addition to that leap, on yesterday, I went to the barber shop. And the barber, when I sat down in the chair, good morning, Cot, he asked me, what do you want to do, Kim? And as you all know, I had a mohawk. I've had a mohawk for a couple of years. And in that instance, I said, cut it. He said, what? I said, cut it off. It's time for a change. Sometimes we have to just take a leap. I've never had my hair this short. Didn't know what it was going to look like. And didn't really care because my hair grows. It'll come back. But we have to take that leap of faith and jump sometimes. Just take what some of you have some ideas for a ministry, a business, a nonprofit organization, something that you want to do around your home that you've had an idea about, but you haven't moved on it. And you've had this idea for years. Sometimes we just have to leap and see where you land. Because when I started all of this, didn't have any idea what it was going to end up. I just wanted to put a few plants, some chairs so that I can enjoy the day. But as you can see, it has grown, and God has enlarged my vision of what the potential this had to be. It was just a slab of concrete, and it would have continued to be just a slab of concrete until I took that first step and acted on it. Stop holding on to your dreams, your passions, the things that God has put in your belly that won't go away. That's your passion. You had this idea when you were a teenager, and now you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, and you still haven't acted on it. Well, once you take that first step, God is going to take 10 on your behalf. We got to take the leap. We got to take that first step. He's already planted it in you. So I'm showing you my garden today because this was just an idea to put a couple tomato plants out here, a zucchini, and some chairs. And you see what it has manifested into. It is a lot of work, but at the same time, it is so rewarding and so fulfilling to be able to grow my own food and to be able to have this sanctuary that I can come out here and relax and enjoy just a few minutes. And if you had been out here earlier, you can hear all different types of birds singing, the squirrels sitting in the trees. It's a lovely experience. Good morning, Jenny. But in life, when we have an idea, when we are passionate about something, we've got to take that leap. Because it's so easy to become comfortable in life, to become afraid, and to become complacent that we don't ever act on anything. But all throughout the Bible, it says, do not be afraid. We gotta take the leap. We're gonna have some fear. There's gonna be some trepidation about doing things you've never done before. Again, as I said earlier, I've never had my hair this short, but I thought about it a couple of months ago when I first started planning, and something got in my hair, and I thought it was a tick, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to cut my hair. So then I started covering it up, and I was like, well, I'll just cover it, whatever. But the idea to cut my hair never left me. And yesterday when I sat down in the chair, I fully intended just to get my mohawk edged up, get it shaped back up, because I hadn't had a haircut in months, to get it put back into fighting shape, as they say. But as soon as I sat down and he said, what are we doing, Miss Kim? I said, cut it. And I have never felt so liberated and free and excited. Because for me, my hair transitions also seem to coincide with other major transitions in my life. Every time I've made a major change to my hair, something else major in my life has shifted. So I want to encourage you today to take a leap. Whatever that thing is that you have been dreaming about, that is you're passionate about, that you just cannot let go of, but you're still going on with your everyday life. And you may be thinking, well, we're in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic. We are in the middle of the social unrest. Now is not the time. Now is the perfect time. We need to hear from some new, fresh voices. I said in the very beginning of this that out of this whole thing, this everything that's going on now, God is going to raise up a nation of people, prophets, evangelists, and disciples, and non-profit organizers, and businesses, and things of that nature that are truly going to serve Him. So now is the perfect time for you to make your leap. You've been sitting on something, waiting, and as you were waiting, decades went by. I want to encourage you, take a leap. Just take a leap. You may stumble and fall. You will stumble and fall. You will have some setbacks, but don't ever give up. When God gives you a vision or something, don't ever give up. It may be delayed, but it is never denied. If He gave it to you, He's going to bring it to fruition. He's going to manifest that thing in you. But the problem is we often get a vision of something, and if it doesn't happen tomorrow, then we'll think, or maybe that's not what He said, or maybe that wasn't for me. But if He gave it to you, He'll bring it to fruition. Don't doubt. Keep the faith. And even when you stumble and you fall, get up, brush yourself off, and keep moving towards whatever it is He has for you. Whatever it is He told you to do. Now, in this season, it's time for us to stop sleeping on the things that God has given us to do. This is not about you. This is not about me. It's about us. It's about Him. We were created for His good pleasure. And we only get to receive the things of God when we do the things that He has instructed us to do. So take the leap. I took a leap with this garden, and now I've got enough food for myself and for my neighbors. I've given away so much stuff. And I'm just excited. Good morning, Brenda, to see what God is doing in this season. So whatever it is that you've been sleeping on, that He's told you to do, and you in January you were about to do it, and then all of this stuff happened, and you said now is not the time. Well, I want to encourage you that now is the perfect time. God is raising up a new nation of people. Take your leap. I want to thank you for tuning in to In the Garden with Joyful Living. If you found this message beneficial and you know someone who can benefit from it, please share it. Good morning, Davita. Please share the message. We've got to take the leap. Stop sleeping on the things that God has given you. Please share the video. Thank you for tuning in to In the Garden with Joyful Living. I love you. Bye-bye.